After a sixth-place finish in Iowa, former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson has dropped his long-shot bid for the Republican presidential nomination as of this morning. Joining me now via Zoom from some deeper political insight into the situation is Capitol View's Roby Brock. Roby, thanks for joining us. I want to get right into the timing of this. I know all eyes were on Iowa last night. We saw other candidates had pulled out or suspended their campaigns immediately after the caucuses had finished, but Hutchinson waited till this morning. Is there anything surprising about when he chose to make this announcement?
I don't think there's anything terribly surprising about it. He probably just didn't want his announcement to get lost in the other statements that were coming out last night. But I mean, I don't think he was hoping for some miraculous recount to have changed the results last night. I just think it was probably a, let's sleep on it, let's get up in the morning with a good attitude, and let's put our statement out that we're suspending our campaign.
Mm-hmm. And as he has suspended his campaign so far, he said he, gave his congratulations to former President Donald Trump for winning the Iowa caucuses, but he went short of actually endorsing anyone. Is that something we can expect him to do, or are we just going to have to wait to see what his next move is?
I think we'll have to wait and see what his next move is. He clearly didn't endorse former President Trump last night, which he's been extremely critical of Trump on the campaign trail. That's really been kind of the whole nexus of his argument for running for president. So I don't think that you're going to see him do that anytime soon, if ever. But it's too soon to announce who he might endorse. I think he probably wants to see how things play out in New Hampshire and maybe even through Super Tuesday before his endorsement might come out there. Quite frankly, with as few votes as he got in Iowa, I'm not sure that his endorsement carries a whole lot at this point in time, but he is a very well-known figure in Republican circles, and I think he has a good reputation among a lot of longtime Republicans, so his voice will mean something to some of those voters.
And with his suspension, the field has certainly gotten a lot smaller, especially, as I said, he wasn't the only candidate yesterday or this morning to suspend their campaign. So in terms of the players currently on the board, what can we look forward to as we enter into New Hampshire and South Carolina after that?
Well, I think you're already seeing in New Hampshire, Nikki Haley has kind of changed her messaging to get a little bit more aggressive in drawing distinctions between her and Donald Trump. She's got some new ads up in New Hampshire that are critical of the former president, and she has said that she's not going to participate in two of the debates that have been previously scheduled in New Hampshire unless Donald Trump is on that stage. So she's trying to get herself in the position, which she's been running stronger in the polls in New Hampshire than she was in Iowa. So I think she feels like she's in, at least second place and maybe even closing in on Trump in New Hampshire. She's been trying to get a little bit more of it making to look like it's her versus Trump, not Ron DeSantis still in the mix.
And finally, going back to Asa Hutchinson, and now that he is no longer officially throwing his hat into the ring for the presidential nomination, do we have any idea of what he could possibly do next now that this is off the table?
Well, if you'll remember when he got into the campaign, he said he wanted to make sure that his voice was part of the conversation about the direction of the Republican Party, and he's done that. I think you saw in his statement of getting out that he said, look, my message didn't resonate with voters. So I think he'll continue to speak out against former President Trump. And look, this presidential election has so much further to go, not only the other primaries that are out there, but the fact that you have all of the legal cases against Donald Trump still pending, the fact that the campaign really hasn't gotten going. Iowa's really just the first of 1,000 steps in all of this. There's so many potential twists and turns on both sides of the political equation. I think it's just a sit and wait at this point in time. And so I think Asa Hutchinson's probably keeping his powder dry until the right time for him to step in and make some sort of future statement that might have some sort of influence.
Absolutely. We have a lot more to go in this election and the entire process. Roby Brock, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it.